A very warm welcome to LWS. Today I'm going to cover another very current topic from the news. That is the Black Sea grain deal, right? Black Sea grain deal. A very important deal in terms of what food security and also it relates to Russia and Ukrainian conflict. You should be well versed with such deals that impact the world because of the Russian-Ukrainian war. So that is why I brought this up specifically for you. Now this deal has been brokered. By Turkey and UN. It has been brokered by Turkey and UN, and the deal is between Ukraine and Russia. Okay? So the deal is between Ukraine and Russia, and it has been brokered by Turkey and UN to ensure supply of food grains through Black Sea. To ensure supply of food grains through Black Sea to the rest of the world. Okay, to the rest of the world. So this deal has been highly instrumental and has been highly successful ever since it has been brokered, and it was brokered on 22nd July 2022. 22nd July 2022 it was brokered, and it has been highly successful because ever since then 32 million tons of food grains have been exported through this corridor to the rest of the world. How many? 32 million tons of food grains have been exported via this deal to the rest of the world. So, coming to what are the key objectives of the deal? The key objectives, मैं इसको ऐसे erase करके लिख देती हूँ. इस डील के की ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या थे? की ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, पहला आपको ये याद रखना है दैट रशिया एंड कीव एंड आप ऐसे कह सकते हो एंड मॉस्को. कीव एंड मॉस्को आर मेजर एक्सपोर्टर्स या आर द लार्जेस्ट एक्सपोर्टर्स ऑफ फूड ग्रेन्स इन द वर्ल्ड. They are the largest exporters of food grains in the world. ठीक है? तो जब रशिया ने यूक्रेन को इन्वेड किया, when Russia invaded Ukraine in Feb last year, right? It led to a de facto blockade. Russian invasion led to a de facto blockade of Black Sea. Of course, when Russia invaded Ukraine, तो de facto Black Sea का जो एरिया था या रूट था, it was blocked. So that impacted the Ukrainian grain exports to the world, right? And these grain exports fell to 1/6 of the pre-war level. जितना वो pre-war मतलब war से पहले एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा था, इस इन्वेजन की वजह से that came down to 1/6 of that level, right? Because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, right? So the deal aimed to avert famine. The deal aimed to avert famine. By कैसे famine को avert करना था? By injecting more food grains into the world market. कौन कौन से food grains like sunflower oil, sunflower seeds हो गए, then wheat हो गया, and even fertilizers and other products to the world markets to avoid famine, and also to send these food grains for various humanitarian causes. जहाँ पे भी in the world there were humanitarian crisis या ऐसे लोग जो they were living on the front lines of food insecurity, so these food grains would also reach those places, right? So this deal, it was brokered, it was you could say it was signed between Russian defense minister and Ukrainian infrastructure minister. ठीक है? So it was signed between Russian defense minister and Ukrainian infrastructure minister to provide a safe corridor, to Ukrainian grain exports कहाँ से? From 3 Ukrainian ports. कौन कौन से ports थे वो? Odessa, I'll just write them down here only. Odessa, Yuzhny, Zhny, and Chornomorsk, Chor, Chornomorsk, yes, Chornomorsk. तो ये 3 ports थे जिनके ऊपर सेफ कॉरिडोर मिला, जिनको अंडर दिस डील to let Ukrainian grain exports to the rest of the world, right? Now under this deal itself, मैं इसको erase कर रही हूँ. Coming to point number 4. Sorry, point number 5. Under this deal, a coalition was created among Turkish, Ukrainian and UN staff. ठीक है? A coalition was created among Turkish, Ukrainian and UN staff, and they were to monitor these. The coalition किस लिए था? They were to monitor the loading of vehicles, the loading of ships कह सकते हैं, at these ports, on the Ukrainian ports, before they took on a pre-planned route to navigate through the Black Sea, because Black Sea एक ऐसा area था that was heavily mined by Russian and Ukrainian forces. तो उस area में से एक pre-planned route निकाला गया था, तो उसके ऊपर ये ships जा सके, पर उससे पहले इनकी जब लोडिंग हो रही है तब भी इनका ये coalition staff would monitor that loading of the vessels, right, in the Black Sea. तो another thing which you need to know that ये जो route था, that pre-planned route, right, that pre-planned route to navigate through the Black Seas, इसके लिए पहले से यूक्रेनियन साइड से मिल जाता था रूट, मिलता रहा ये रूट, एंड all these vessels were guided by a pilot vessel. ठीक है? A pilot vessel जो इन commercial vessels को guide करता है through the Black Sea, so that they come through safe channels. ठीक है? ये pre-planned route, ये जो safe channels से ये vessels निकल पाए, इन पे कोई attack ना हो, right? So that was the primary purpose of this deal. And another thing, the route of these vessels, right? The route of these vessels after they towards the Bosphorus state, that was also monitored. It was also monitored by a joint coordination center. The route of these vessels towards the Bosphorus Strait was also monitored by a joint coordination center, जिसके अंदर representatives were there from Turkey, from UN, from Ukraine and also from Russia. तो इन चारों मतलब 3 nations and UN के जो representatives थे, they were a part of this joint coordination center who used to monitor the movement of these commercial vessels towards the Bosphorus Strait. Right? Now coming to the next part, that what has the deal achieved? So deal ने actually achieve क्या किया, इसका फायदा क्या हुआ, ठीक है? So what has the deal achieved? Achievements of the deal. पहला achievement क्या है? The deal has actually helped to avert the global food crisis, or you could not actually avert, it has helped to ease the global food crisis. ठीक है? It has helped to ease the global food crisis. It has said that the Ukrainian grain exports have actually contributed. They have contributed Ukrainian exports, grain exports हम कहेंगे, exports have helped in this easing this global food crisis by contributing 2.2% supplies to UN World Food Program. UN World Food Program, which sent food to countries like Somalia, Ethiopia, Yemen, etc. ठीक है? So it has contributed to 2.2% of supplies towards UN World Food Program. Also, it has helped to bring down food grain prices across the world by bringing down wheat का price by 17% and corn by 26%. So 17% of wheat prices have come down by 17% and corn prices have come down by 26%. जो इंटरनेशनल रेस्क्यू कमेटी है, कौन सी इंटरनेशनल रेस्क्यू कमेटी? International Rescue Committee has said that the deal has served as a lifeline for about 79 countries and 349 million people across the world. Who are living on the front lines of food insecurity. ठीक है? So this deal has been a huge success in the world. So it needs to be preserved. It needs to be continued. But Russia ने कहा है that it's going to back out from the deal. In fact, it is said that it will not continue to be a part of the deal. So why it has said? Now coming to this part, why did Russia actually terminate the deal? तो रशिया ने इस डील को क्यों टर्मिनेट किया? ठीक है? So coming to that part now, which is why the deal has been in news yesterday. Why did Russia? Reasons for termination हम कर देते हैं, ठीक है? Reasons for termination of deal by Russia. ठीक है? पहला रीजन ये था, रशिया कह रहा था that it wanted, Russia says कि जो उसने conditions रखे थे to continue the deal further, those have not been met, right? Firstly, वो कौन से conditions हैं? It wanted an end to sanctions on Russian agricultural bank. पहला, it wants that इसके ऊपर जो sanctions लगाए गए हैं उनको हटा दिया जाए, ठीक है? दूसरा, it also wants that there should be this either there should be resumption मतलब फिर से स्टार्ट होनी चाहिए. Resumption of supplies. किस चीज की supplies? Of agricultural machinery and parts. Resumption of insurance and reinsurance. काफी चीजें हैं जैसे resumption of insurance and reinsurance. Then also resumption of क्या नाम है इसका? Togliatti. Resumption of Togliatti and Odessa ammonia pipeline. इसका resumption. Also to unblock the accounts and assets of all the Russian companies, of all the Russian firms or companies that are involved in the food and fertilizer exports. ठीक है, of all the Russian companies involved in food and fertilizer exports, because उसके ये conditions met नहीं हुए हैं. So that is why Russia has said that it is going to back out from the deal. It is not going to be a part of this agreement any further, right? And in fact, it has said जिसका ये decision है to back out from the deal, it is final and binding. It will not continue with the deal any further. तो अब सवाल ये उठता है कि क्या ये deal या क्या Ukraine can continue to export the food grains to the world markets without Russia being a part of it? What do you think? Now these food grains have to pass through Black Sea, which is a heavily mined zone. That is, उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा shelling हो रही है both from Ukraine and Russian sides. So do you think the ship owners would risk? Those are commercial people. They will risk to enter into a war zone without Russian agreement? It is highly unlikely. Secondly, जो premium insurance होती है in the war zones, those are very high. So they will not want to lose all that money by taking such a huge risk of letting their vessels go through a war zone of which Russia has, of which a war zone जो agreement अब नहीं रहा and Russia has backed out. Another thing, जो ये जो insurance premiums होते हैं ना for these ships, in specifically passing through these war zones, they have to be renewed every 7 days. So again, that is a very high cost for the ship owners and these commercial vessel owners. So they will again not want to spend such a huge amount of money every week to let their vessels pass through a zone which is highly disturbed and which has high risk of being attacked, right? So they might not want to continue. अब यूक्रेन ने क्या किया? That Ukraine actually found a way out. It started to export. Ukraine, it started to export its food grains to Eastern European nations. ठीक है, Eastern European nation से या EU nation से उसने export करना शुरू कर दिया. Export food grains, right? To the rest of the world. But इससे क्या हुआ कि जो ये जिन यूरोपियन नेशन से those ईस्टर्न यूरोपियन नेशंस जहाँ से एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा था वहाँ पे अनरेस्ट हो गई because the farmers in these nations they stood up that because of the Ukrainian exports of food grains जो उनकी domestic production है उसकी sale has been hit because these exports जो आ रही हैं उन countries में they are also being sold in the domestic markets and as a result these farmers are not able to sell their own produce. So there was an unrest in these nations. So as a result, EU in European Union allowed 5 such East European nations to ban domestic sales of these Ukrainian exports of wheat, of food grains, of corn. तो EU ने क्या कहा 5 ऐसे Eastern European nations like we have Poland, Hungary, Romania. Then we also have Slovakia and Bulgaria. In सबको बोल दिया that there is going to be a ban on domestic sales of these Ukrainian exports of wheat and other food grains. ठीक है? So this is what the Black Sea grain deal is all about. So it is going to be a quite important for the world food security to continue and for the world food grain का जो prices है to remain at the low level जो अब है. But if Russia has backed out from the deal, it will be important to watch for how things move forward and how Ukraine actually tries to export its food grains via other channels. या फिर Turkey or UN will again intervene and make Russia sit on the table and allow somehow get the deal again reinstated. कुछ concessions दिए जाएंगे रशिया को या नहीं दिए जाएंगे, this is yet to be seen. So this is all about the Black Sea grain deal. It was in news yesterday, so I wanted to bring it up for you all. And thank you so much for watching. And do remember to subscribe for the channel and also hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you get notified. If you have any doubts, please leave them in the comment section below. And also do like the video. Right? Thank you so much for watching.